I haven't been down here, so I don't know what the protocol is, but I'll take a little ride. Oh, there's no ride. It's, wow. It's a mountain of sand. There were houses on these lots right here. They're gone. There were whole houses here. I'm an auxiliary police officer in Toms River, so the entire auxiliary got called in for the storm. So I put in a total of 70 hours that week myself. And we worked the day of the storm, we worked the entire week after the storm. And I don't think anybody expected Sandy to do what it did. You know, we've been through these before. Irene, we really got nothing during Irene. And I think that was one of our fears, was we knew this was going to be worse. And I think a lot of people thought that we were crying wolf because we didn't get any effects from Irene. Now with this, I mean, you see what happened with Sandy. We knew it was going to be worse, but nobody imagined that it was going to do what it did. And we're talking about miles and miles of destruction. So I saw it firsthand, and unfortunately, I mean, this has been a curse for our foundation, Hometown Heroes, but this has been a major part of my life for the last 4.5, 5 months. And I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. Nobody expected this. We had people evacuate. I had friends evacuate from the island that took 2 days worth of clothes with them because they figured they've been through this before. It'll be 2 days, we'll be home. And it was breaking enough for me that I had to call some of those friends of mine and tell them that they couldn't come home. And we were being told 6 to 8 months in the beginning because of the gas line issues. And as you can see out here today, they're still working on the gas lines, even 4.5 months later. Majority of the people that live here year-round have got a very long road ahead of them. There's no telling when they can come home. And it doesn't have to do with power or gas lines anymore. Now it has to do with the FEMA regs and how high do I have to lift my home and what money am I getting from my insurance company. Nobody has the answers to these questions. So people are just at the mercy of the unknown right now, and that's probably the hardest part. You guys are seeing it 4.5 months later. So this doesn't look anything like it did the day after the storm. Well, what percentage of that, is getting back to normalcy in the totality of the circumstances? When you have somebody who's living in a hotel still that's being paid for by FEMA, who has no clue when they can go back home, or someone whose home is just completely gone, how do you gauge that? I mean, there are people out there who are still at zero. And there are people out there that are 100% back in their homes. In the totality of the circumstances, I couldn't tell you because there's so many thousands of people that are displaced right now. I mean, we're going past lots right now where there's homes that are just gone. They're gone. I don't know if they're ever going to come back. These homes, there were homes on these corners. They're completely gone. That bridge that we're passing drove into the ocean 4 months ago. So I don't know how to gauge that. I wish I could. I'm being told by some of the FEMA people that we've dealt with that this is a 10-year process. The bureaucracy, FEMA, insurance companies, flood insurance, it's a lot. It's a lot for anybody to manage. And if you're elderly and you don't have a lot of family that can help, it can be very confusing. And I feel for those people. All these houses have to be gutted. Some of them have to be lifted. It's thousands of homes. We were told 7,000 homes on the shore have to be lifted at some point. The last count I was given by the police department, and this could be off now, was that there were 73 homes in Ortley Beach that were unaccounted for. Ortley Beach was, in my opinion, ground zero for the storm. We were just north of the eye wall, and without the sand dunes on the beach, it took the hardest hit, and a lot of those homes just have been completely washed away. But 73 homes unaccounted for is a pretty big number. There were homes that were washed into the streets right on Route 35 North. And as I'm desensitized to it now, 4.5 months later, it was really tough to see the first time I came out here.